Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me on YouTube, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me. But also make sure that you do subscribe, hit the bell, and you get notified immediately as soon as I post a video or if I do go live. So today what I wanted to do was show you my thank you cards for the month of May. And you know what? Quite honestly, I feel like I'm almost cheating by doing these cards because they are so simple. The suite itself does and really is the best thing that makes making these cards so easy. So what I'm talking about is the um, this is the Happiness Abounds. This is the bundle that I'm doing it, but it is the Hues of Happiness suite. This suite is absolutely gorgeous. And just to let you know, this is part of the International Stamp Camp that we are doing in July. That you will get 13 make and takes. And just by purchasing the bundle plus a roll of ribbon. So this is really, these stamp camps are amazing. You get 13 make and takes, plus you also get projects to make 13 other alternative projects. So today, like I say, I'm going to be using the Hues of Happiness suite. It comes, like I say, with a bundle. By the bundle, you save the 10%. Beautiful sentiments. I like it when they have a different font for every sentiment. I'm not going to be using the sentiment today, even though this sending thanks for all that you do is a really, really pretty sentiment. But I'm going to be using something else. The star of this whole show is actually this die and the DSP. The designer series paper, I didn't even want to cut it up to show you all the beautiful paper that you could do with it, but the background pieces of the paper are amazing. Plus, also, you get beautiful flowers and everything else. But I want to show you especially, there is a couple of sheets that have beautiful, excuse me, floral images. You don't even have to use a stamp set for this particular one. But like I say, I'm going to show you, we are going to make a card today using, which one are we using here? This particular one right here. We're going to, it to me, it looks like Bermuda Bay, but it's actually a pool party and Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to show you how easily these dies cut these images out. And also, the other thing that goes along that I wanted to show you is the amazing magnetic plate. It's a brand new plate that's new and improved. It's not brand new to us, but it's a fantastic plate that Stampin' Up has finally, they listened to us. The first one was not very good. They reimbursed all of us because Stampin' Up stands behind their product. So let me just bring in my cut and emboss, and I'm going to show you this magnetic plate. This magnetic plate, I've been showing it, I think for the last last week almost. But this magnetic plate is so heavy. Oh my goodness. It is 1 pound heavier than the other magnetic plate. So no wonder it bowed and it did everything else. Now, one thing that you have to be aware of is it does come with instructions that tells you a different sandwich that you're supposed to work. And I think Stampin' Up's working on and fixing that. But what the sandwich that you use is 1, 5, and 3. Now it's a self-healing one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just actually going to put this on here, and I'm going to come in with the dies, and I'm going to show you how amazing this plate really is. And you know, to tell you the truth, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up onto the plate, and then I'll bring in my cut and emboss machine. All right. So like I say, this is Pool Party, and to me, it looks like Bermuda Bay, but we're going to do it on Coastal Cabana. Like I said, this is the star of the show. So I actually went in and I went and ran this through. on my cut and emboss machine. Now, this particular die does not cut out everything. It's called a cut and pop up thing. So I could go along and pop up certain parts of this, but I really like the way that it shows there. So I ran those through ahead of time. But on here, these dies, you can tell before I even got this embossing plate that I was using the Post-it note tape, but we don't have to do that anymore with these amazing dies. So, all right. So I'm going to come in here and let's just cut this one out. You just have to figure out where it goes. There we go. Just like that. Then also, I found that these half images were okay to use. Like you can go in and use those half images and you don't even have to worry about, because we can use parts of those half images. And you know what? They're actually spaced enough that I can go and cut both of them out. Some of them are. And then there's this one here. That's going to fit this particular die. And then, of course, also these fantastic leaves are really good too. So I don't think I'll get that there, but I'll get it over here. So I'll come over here. Now, on one that you have to line up the stem, this little spot here, which is great for poking out stuff, also works as a thing to line up for your dies. There. And I'm going to also go in and I don't know if that's going, no, it's not going to be, there's not enough room to do that. So I've got some darker ones. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, I really wanted the darker dies. Oh, so I think what I'll do is I'll move this down and I'm going to line this particular one because this is the color I want. Like I said, these are my thank you cards for the month of May. Like I feel like I'm cheating doing this, but really it's such beautiful paper and everything. Having issues lining that one up. There we go. What you need to do is you need to find ones that really, parts that really, there we go. I got it now. I always look for these parts here to line up those. Now I can go over here and we can, I want this, that one there. I'm also going to want, I think this might be too close. You know what? I can do it. I'm going to have to come in and go through it a second time. And this can cut out this one piece here. It's going to be like this. My goodness. This usually isn't that hard. Whoops. Sorry about that. I knocked. I think this goes. It doesn't work quite go there. This would cut out that type of a card. It cuts out that one. Oh, I see it cuts. That one is there. And this would be this one here. So you know what? I can go ahead and put this on here. And then I can go and use this one on here. I think they're too close. Oh, I think we'll be okay. So if you're wanting to also line these parts up, you can do it like that. But I'm going to come in and do this cut later. So let me just come in and bring in my cut and emboss machine. Now they haven't got this magnetic plate for the mini cut and emboss. I think it's going to be almost heavier than the cut and emboss machine itself. The little baby one once they do it. So I'm just going to line that up. Like I say, we're going to go with platform number 1. We're going to go with number 5, and then we're going to use a number 3 plate. I don't think any of those have moved. The key is getting them placed at the very beginning when you go to do that. So let's just run that through. So when I decided to use this for my thank you cards, I wanted them to see how easy you can make cards with just the designer series paper. So I've got those. We'll just put those there. And this one. Look at those, how easily that cuts those out. And then I want to, of course, go in with that other leaf. Go in and put this in there. And you know what? While we're cutting these out, we might as well cut out another piece while we're doing it. So I'm just going to go up there and cut that one out. And let's see. What else can we cut out? I can cut out another one of those big ones. Just like that. And let's go ahead and put that on top. And like I say, these aren't moving at all. I wonder if there's anything else that I can possibly cut out at the same time. That's too close. All right. And like I say, I'm going to do up all my thank you cards using this particular piece of the designer series paper, because it has, not only does it have the beautiful gorgeous grape, it has fresh freesia in there. It also has, it's a night of navy, but I'm actually going to use it with the starry sky. All right, so let's just put those down. And the other side are beautiful as well. I have a use for this. Okay, and let's go ahead and just put that like that. Now, this is a self-healing mat. You can see this, but it's going to end up, it's going to, I don't think it's going, I think you're going to get lots of use out of it, is what I really think is going to happen. All right. So I have a piece of card base. This happens to be 5.5 by 8.5. It's scored at 4 1/4. We're going to fold into the mountain. And I'm going to come in with my foam folder, and let's get a really good crease. Foam folders are one of the most important tools that you could have. I think every tool is almost every important tool. All right, so I could put that like that, or no, I'm going to put it like this. And like I say, there's some that have popped out. There's some that haven't. And you know what? It won't matter which ones haven't popped out, because it looks kind of nice when it's full. Some parts poked out and it shows the cardstock behind. So let me just, I'm using the glue, liquid glue, so that I can move this around. It gives me that wiggle room, right? There we go. All right. So yes, I think that's the way I want to do it. Now, depending on how you want to actually go and lay this on your card, you're going to see different things, but this one kind of works for me on this way. Get that good and sealed down. And now I'm going to come in. Now, do I want to use the darker color, or do I want to use the pool party color? I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the darker color with that. So let's bring in our dimensionals at the tail end of this one. And remember, we always use all the pieces that we can. So just put a couple of those on there. I'm also going to use this darker one here and the lighter one. All right, so when I put this down, we're going to just do it like that. Like I say, there's really no rhyme or reason to the way that we're going to put this on here. I want that to come about like that. Now talk about a simple card, right? So we have that like that. We have these two leaves that we're going to put on there. Oops, I didn't cut out. Did I not cut out one of those bigger leaves? I guess I did. Where did it go to? There it is. So I think we can put this up here. And then, and if I, let's see, we'll put this right about there. So I'm just going to glue that part. Oops. Just going to go in there and glue that. Now what I want to do is I think I'm going to just cut this part just like this so that I can put one up here and maybe one over here or right here. And that's going to kind of even it out with the uneven numbers, right? All right, so let's just glue that part down. So you couldn't have gotten an easier card. Now we can decorate the inside as well. But let's just put that in there. There we go. Now, in order to do the sentiments and everything else, I decided, like I said, I didn't want to use that one stamp set that said, sending many thanks. I could have actually, there is a way I could have done that. I could have used my markers to do that. I didn't want for all you do because this is my thank you cards. So I brought in little card, big thanks. This is from the Flowers of Friendship, and we're going to use our Bermuda Bay. And I'm just going to actually, I'm hoping that this is large enough. And I think that's the proper color for it. And then I'm going to use, oh, see if I can do this. I don't know if this is big enough. Did you know that you could use your, take your pick tool and let's just take the putty end. There's a couple ways that we could do this. But we can take this and just take our putty end and just move that. Just want that over just a bit. There we go. Punch that out. Now this is the Duals oval punch. And then of course we're going to need, I'm going to use some Coastal Cabana and I'm going to do up the scallop edge. And let's go pop that up there. Now really I could have, like I said, I could have gone ahead and used some Bermuda Bay with this as well. I think this is a Bermuda Bay color. And let's this onto the back. There we go, onto our oval scallop. I think this is another punch that really gets missed in the annual catalog, that's for sure. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just glue that completely down on there. I do not know what I'm going to actually put on the inside of this card. I have a piece of basic white to go on the inside. So let me just put away. That I'm going to do for all my other cards. Now the other thing that is in this suite is this beautiful glossy dots. These are so pretty. They come in Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Gorgeous Grape, and I believe this is a pool party. But that's going to work great. We're going to use the 3 different sizes. And of course, they're all different. like all my cards that I've actually done for this are so totally different. All right, and if I wanted to, I could have added some ribbon, but I'm going for simplicity, right? So this is going to go on the inside as well. And I leave my thank you cards blank so that the people that receive them can use them in any which way that they want. Now let me just show you a couple of other cards that I actually did with this. And you'll see they're done a little bit different. There's the Fresh Freesia. There's also one, I used the Starry Sky on this, but this is Night of Navy that I thought looked kind of stunning. And then I have one in Gorgeous Grape as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. And, you know, this is my thank you card for anybody that puts in an order in the month of May. And so I hope you really, really do enjoy that. So remember to create, because it's great for the soul. And we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.